Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Webs Women.
where exposure brings strength. How are you? Episode 76. I am what I am.
Well, first of all, can we just talk about my ridiculous filter on my lips? I look like a total asshole. And I don't even know why this is on.
There's some coral shit on your lips. And I don't know what you got going on.
God, what in the? I'm like a clown. I look like a
Hopefully,
coral clown.
hopefully that filter is not on when you're on your
Why
work.
is this
Your work.
even on? This never happens. Thank God this does not happen in a professional meeting, or my camera would have to be off. So
Oh, hopefully it's not, but it's really weird. When you move your head fast, the filter moves with your head slower.
it's just awful. And like I have to really just stay focused because this is just throwing me
It's
off.
so hard to not stare at those lips.
Oh, ridiculous lips. Lord help us.
Oh.
Well, it's good to see you on the screen, girl. Thanks for coming on. I want to talk about I am statements. I know that you're a big believer in I am statements, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about that to see what are your practices, and kind of let our listeners know what what practices you do. So for example, for me, I can tell you that I find that when I do certain practices, things just, we talked about, radiating, right, our fucking energy and raising our vibration and all of that. But in order for you to do that, you have to have practices in place. And so, what we believe to be true of ourselves is actually the reality. And I think if we could start, for those who don't do those kind of practices, if you do an I am statement for 14 days, see how you show up in life and how life shows up for you. And so when you wholeheartedly believe, now you can't, and Andrea is going to talk a little bit about her I ams, but you can't just say, I am worthy, I am wonderful. This is an example. I'm willing to receive, and you don't believe anything about your worth. You don't think you're a wonderful person, and you really are not open to receive. So you cannot, recite a I am statement if you don't have belief behind it. It has to be a belief, and you have to speak in present tense. So I'll share after you, Andrew, what my I ams are. But I'd love to hear, because I know you're in that practice as well.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, I had sticky notes on my mirror in my bathroom that I would look at and read every day. And then because for a while, I would wake up and look at my phone, right? In the morning, people roll over, you grab your phone, right? If I knew I was doing that, I can't stop staring at those lips. I knew I was doing that. So
I'm going to cover my lips. I'm going to talk with my hand over my mouth.
Yeah, it's so distracting.
It is distracting.
Just like these I am statements. So I used to put my phone by my bed, and then I realized, okay, I'm getting up and I'm, in the morning, and I grab my phone. So if I'm going to do that, the first thing I need to do is to focus, and I need to just read my I am statement. So I put them in a text on my phone, so that when I turn my phone on, or, because I turn my phone on sometimes on airplane mode half the time, because I like peace and I don't want to be bothered. And I know that it's on airplane mode, so I know there's nothing coming in, and it almost is like a de-stress for me. So I do that. So when I turn my phone on in the morning, I would read my I am statements before I do anything else. That way, if I read an email that I got, I immediately was in a different headspace than getting up and I'm tired, or I'm miserable, or, oh, I feel like my bones hurt, or whatever the case may be. Right. After I said my I ams, I felt different. Right. I felt stronger. I felt in a different headspace. So it's always about keeping your your energy, your deep, like deep in your soul, right? You want to keep what is in there. You want to keep it in, you want to keep it alive, right?
Yeah, I love that.
And when I say keep it alive, I mean, you know, they always say, don't let anybody dim your light. You
Mm,
know, don't let anybody dim it. Don't let it in it. And me, I'm like, you need to keep what's core to you inside and don't let anybody fucking tell you that you aren't what you are. And I have learned that over the last year more than
mm,
anything is not to
yeah.
let anybody tell me what I am when I know what I am.
Mm. You know, it's like that song from Eminem. I know what I am.
I am who I say
I
I
am who
am.
I am. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you're right. You have to believe that shit to your core,
You
to
have to
your
believe. If you
core.
don't believe, if there's no belief behind anything, you are being an imposter to yourself, right?
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
like your practice about those sticky notes because like that keeps you motivated. Um, you're already creating this feeling and you're influencing that. Oh my God, the word escaped me. Your subconscious mind.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
so important.
Hmm.
What you feed to yourself is so important. And I'm, I know that I've fell out of some of these practices, but now that I'm implementing that, I'm like, my goodness, this
Hmm.
is like the recipe of life.
Hmm.
When you're feeling like funky and whatever, you're just like not feeling life in general.
Hmm.
Telling you, speak in present tense, getting the I ams, that is a
Yeah.
game changer.
Yes. And also, too, I will say this, I put it in my phone so that if it was during the day and I wasn't home or something happened and I needed it, it was in my phone. So I could stop, take a break, and read those things, change my mindset, and then move
Yes.
on. So
And
putting it in my phone was way better than the
yeah,
sticky notes because
yeah,
I wanted to make sure I read it before my feet hit the floor. Most of the
right.
time, people pray before they get out of
Hmm.
bed and their feet hit the floor.
Yeah,
Right. And so for
exactly.
me, I read those statements before my feet hit the floor. That way I didn't drag myself to the bathroom to see my sticky notes with my eyes half closed,
That's right.
you know. So though it helped me more by reading it before I even stepped
Yeah.
out of the bed.
And it puts you in a better frame of mind, like it sets the tone and it changes the way you think and the way you behave,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna share like maybe 3 IMs that I've been kind of, I don't want to say kind of, because I have. 3 I am statements that I say in the morning, in the middle of the afternoon, before I go to bed. And I'm getting into these habits of listening to things that my brain, um, affirmations that my brain as I'm sleeping can hear. All of that, and so that I can wake up like in a different space.
Mm-hmm.
So these are my 3. I am high vibrations. I am kind to myself. I am self-compassionate and I'm taking care of myself. I am doing what I love. I am committed. To happiness and I am joyous.
Mm-hmm. Love
Do
it.
you have one I am that's
Love
like
it.
your I am?
The first one I say every single day is I am strong.
I love that.
I have prayed for God to give me strength for months now, since probably
Mhm.
October, um, constantly every day. So I am strong. That
Okay.
I feel to my core. Nobody can tell me any different. I've had numerous people try to tell me that you think you're strong, but you're not. I've had
Wow.
that come at me.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That is
Yeah.
pure
Yeah.
hatred, hater syndrome.
Well, and the thing is I am strong. So, you know, how I mean, like for me, go fuck yourself because I know me.
Yeah, like you
So
know
my
who
I
you are.
ams will end up with I am strong and oh, go fuck yourself. You know, I am strong, right? I'm committed and focused to my goals.
Mm,
You know, what else? Um,
love that.
yeah, like,
Love it.
yeah, like you know, I have high energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident. I have clarity. I am, you know, I am full of commitment, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yes, sis. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Love
there's
it.
I have so many. I have a bunch
Yeah.
in my book that I put in the back of my book for people to take if they wanted to take those and use them. Um, you know, every day. So I have
Love
a lot
it. I
written in my
mean,
book as well. But
yeah, the I ams, I mean, it could be, infinite, right? I mean, it doesn't
mhm,
have to be just one, two, or three. I mean, I just said three. Um, but it could be a list of I ams, but with
mhm.
that belief and um,
And they could be short. They
it could
don't
be
have to
short.
be
Yeah, it don't have to
long.
be
As
long.
long
That's
as you
right.
believe them. If you don't believe them, then it doesn't mean
Yeah,
shit.
it could be I am
But
whole. I am
right.
happy.
I am
I am
clear.
healthy,
Right. I am clear.
Yeah.
I am able to walk. I am
Yes.
whatever. Anything that is going to make you
Yeah, I'm at
feel
peace. I'm aware.
right. Yes.
I'm active. I'm energized. Those kind of things, and like really putting that
Mhm.
belief behind that you do believe I am energized.
Yeah.
You can't be like, yeah, I'm energized, but like I really don't feel it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's not the I am you need to be saying.
Right,
Like
right. But they say that too, like in a sales role, right? When you have
yeah,
a sales position, they'll say that too, is
yeah,
you need to say, you know, it's your goals are your goals, right? And
yes,
you know, I am going to hit this number today. I am going to do this. I am
yeah,
going to do that. And I'll tell you, since I have done that, I
yeah.
have done so well at my
I
job.
bet.
I've bonused already for February, and we're not even in February.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank you. Thank you. But I
Yeah,
mean, I had to say, I am doing this. I
that's
am
right.
getting this. I am doing this. I am doing this. And I did what I said I was going to do.
Yeah,
But
so
that goes
important.
back to everything. When
Yeah.
you look inside of yourself and you self
Mm,
analyze and you are self aware, and most people aren't self aware. They say one
no,
thing, they do something else, the shit doesn't match, and you're all fucked up. And that's just what it is. But you
yeah.
can't, if you're truly self aware, you know your faults, you know what's right inside of you,
Mm,
you know what I mean? Like I have high energy. Some people can take my energy, some people cannot. That's just the way it is.
mhm,
And I know that, right? I know that I'm emotionally charged.
mm.
I know that my response to things is not always the best because I am emotionally charged. Now, do I say that every single morning? I am emotionally charged? No, because
No,
it is
that's
not
very
good for me.
negative.
It's not good for me, but I know I am deep down in my soul. I know I'm self aware. Controlling it is one thing, and being self aware is a whole nother thing. But
That's
I
right.
am also aware that I am strong. I know. I mean, I feel it in my heart,
Mhm,
right? I am clear with my thought process. I'm confident with that too. But you know, so you feel that to your core.
mhm.
And when you do,
And no one's ever going to convince you otherwise.
nobody can
Right.
convince you of
No.
one way or the other when you know what you know,
Right.
right? Nobody can change your mind. There's nobody going to come and say, you know what? You're not clear. You don't know. You don't even know. You don't even know anything about yourself. Okay. I mean, I don't know who lives in this body every day, but I mean, but a lot of
Right.
times you have that outside chatter, right? That makes you feel like you're not the things that you think you
Right.
are,
But those are the
right?
like, yeah, but then, you know, that that leads to, that could probably, this could be like, a podcast series about that, right?
Yeah.
But that also leads to you as an individual have to be so confident and knowing who you are, what you are, that irregardless of those kind of statements or those shady statements, I always say it has more to do with the person who is identifying that and pointing it out than it ever has to do with yourself.
Right. Well, most people don't tell you
No.
negative things about yourself unless they have their own insecurities. They have their own thing going on. I mean, because I don't know, I would never tell somebody that they're not,
I know.
you're not strong. Like, I would never say that to someone, not just because I wouldn't say that because I don't knock people down. That's just not my thing.
No.
Okay.
And
even if I don't think they are strong at the moment, I would never tell them that. I would tell them that I'm here. And if you don't have your back, I got your back.
Right.
Right. And that way my strength is I'm shoving that in their face so that they start collecting that strength inside them too. Right. Because you take on that energy from other people.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to have that inside you in the I ams and you feel those things, you're giving off such a strong energy that other people can receive it and feel it too.
Yes, sister. Yes. That's it.
Were you going to high five me for a minute?
Period. End of sentence. I love that. I think this was perfect. I wanted to really touch upon that because I feel like 2023 really has to be about
2023
raising, about me, right? The year of raising frequency and really elevating yourself into those spaces that you belong, that we all belong in, whatever those spaces are. It's about raising that frequency. So thank you for imparting your wisdom. As always, Andrea, I enjoy being on the mic with you.
Me too.
And until next time, and remember, everybody, you're listening to Webb's Women,
where exposure brings strength.